Hey, this is instruction for 3.3 systems of inequalities. So unlike equations, you're looking for numerous answers that could happen. So 1 and 2 here, these are already in slope-intercept form. So you would just go ahead and graph them and then shade the area that they have in common. So we're going to go ahead and look at the two more difficult ones, just because these two aren't in slope-intercept form. So the first thing you would do is you would get your inequality. I'm going to study equation, but this is an inequality into slope-intercept form. So that's y equals mx plus b. So here you'd start to solve for y, so you'd subtract 2x. So you'd have 3y less than or equal to negative 2x plus 9. Then to get y alone, you would divide by 3. Don't forget, if you multiply by or divide by a negative, you flip or not. So we'd have y equals, I said it again, y is less than or equal to negative 2/3 x plus 9 over 3 would be 3. So we can see the y-intercept is 3. So we're starting here at positive 3. The slope is negative 2/3. So I could go down to right 3, or I could go up to left 3. This is less than or equal to. So I do want to include this line. So I would make it solid because it's also equal to. And then less than means that I want to be in the space underneath that line. So for right now, I'm just going to draw an arrow saying, hey, I want to be under that line. So then I would do the second line. So again, I'm going to solve it, get it into slope-intercept form. So I'm subtracting x. So I have negative y is less than negative x plus 2. To get y alone, I divide by this invisible negative 1. So I have y is, I divided by a negative, so it's greater than x minus 2. So I can see slope-intercept form. This line starts at negative 2. It has a slope of invisible 1 over 1. So I go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1 to make my dots. Same thing as going down 1, left 1. Now this one is greater than, so this line is not included because it's not equal to, so I would make it dashed. And then greater than means I want to be above this line. So now what I want to do is I want the space that both of these have in common. So I want to shade the space that is below the blue line and at the same time above the yellow line, which would put me in this space right here. Look at those coloring skills. All right, let's look at the same concept over here. I want to get into slope-intercept form, so I'm first going to solve for y. So I would subtract 2x, so I have negative y less than or equal to negative 2x minus 3. Then I would divide by negative 1 to get y alone. So y is dividing by negative makes it go greater than or equal to 2x plus 3. So y-intercept here is 3, so I'm starting at 3. Slope is 2, which would be 2 over 1. So I can go up to right 1. Same thing as going down to left 1. Down to left 1. Whoa. It was greater than or equal to. So since it's equal to, I would use a solid line to the best of my ability. And then it's greater than, so in the long run, I want to be above this line. All right, so then I would graph the other one. So I'm going to solve the second inequality here. So I'm going to subtract x. So I'm at y is less than or equal to negative x minus 3. So the y-intercept is negative 3. Slope is negative 1, so I can go up 1, left 1, or I could go down 1, right 1. It's less than or equal to, so because of the equal to, I would make it solid because I want to include this line because it's also equal to. It is less than, so I want to be below that line. So now I want to shade all the space that is above the red and at the same time below the yellow, which puts me right here. So what this means is any point that you would pick in this blue area would work for both of these inequalities, right? Any of the points you pick that are just above the red work for the top one. Any of the points you pick that are just below the yellow work for the bottom one. These over here aren't going to work for anything, but only these points that are in this shaded blue region are going to be the points that work for both. And that is how you do systems of inequalities.